Hey guys, what's up? So in this video I'm going to be breaking down the pistol trips formation out of the Denver Broncos playbook. Now this was a pretty hard playbook for me to do because I know there's so many people who run it. It's probably by far the most popular playbook this year. There's so many videos already on YouTube about all the different formations, like the pistol ace, the pistol bunch tight end, the gun normal, and just all the pistol Y trips, ace twin, stuff like that. So it was hard for me to find a formation that I felt like was kind of overlooked by or overshadowed by some of the other other formations that are considered better. But I still think this is a very fine formation with a very solid run game, a very solid pass game. So, and it's something that I have a tendency to like. I really like trip formations. I really like trips tight end. This is very similar to trips tight end. So I am kind of biased. And whenever I was looking at this formation, I was like, oh, well, this is a really cool formation that I don't really see a lot of people running out of whenever I play people who use the Denver book. Pretty much all I see is like bunch tight end and pistol ace and stuff like that. So I figured go ahead and give it a shot. So looked at it, messed around with it, and I really liked it. So go ahead and get right into it. The running game is unfortunately very, very vanilla, especially out of pistol. I'm sure all you guys are accustomed to the strong power, very effective run, the counter, another very effective run, and then you've got the dive, which I like to mix in. So pretty much you've got your run left with the halfback counter, you've got your run right with the strong power, and then you've got your run up the middle with the dive. Go ahead and run that for you guys a couple times. Very self-explanatory, just follow your blocks. Strong power, very, very good run play. If they don't baseline, they have a bunch of people to the left to cover up all the wide receivers. This will be open a lot of times. You can just do exactly what I just did there and get huge chunks of yardage. Then if they start baselining and moving people over, you can either flip it and run it to the other side, and it's still very, very effective. As you see right there, I should have cut it up, and I still got like 6 yards. So I actually made a bad read and was still able to get 6 yards. Or if they don't adjust or accommodate to it, right there, it pretty much got stopped, and I still got 3 yards. That's pretty much how good the run play is. And then if they start spreading their line or something, you can go ahead and hit them with the dive. Dive is a very, very good alternative, in my opinion. If you come out in a passing play and you don't have the strong power at your disposal, or if they give you a look like this, where there's literally nobody in the middle, just hit them with the dive for 6, 7 yards or whatever. So while I'm here, I'll go over the quick audibles. The quick pass is stick. It's a good short yardage play. Just don't overrun it so that your opponent, every time like you're in a short yardage situation, don't run it so that your opponent doesn't catch on. But you just kind of want to make your reads. Right there, saw Emmanuel Sanders was open in the flat. Go ahead and hit him, try to get upfield. Very simple play, very common play. You'll see in a lot of different formations. Halfback dive, already went over that. Verticals is a play that I like. Pretty much what I'll do, I'll put Julius Thomas on a drag so that I have someone kind of going to the other side of the field. So if everything flows to the right, and for whatever reason Julius Thomas is able to get open on the left, it's good. Pretty much I'll read Julius Thomas and Wes Welker. I'll peek at Sanders in the seam if he's open. If it's like cover 2 and you can split the safeties, you can go ahead and do that. And if you have the one-on-one on the left side with Demaryius Thomas, you can go ahead and hit that. So right here, Julius Thomas kind of got open right there, so just hit him underneath. Just because it's verticals doesn't mean you have to hit a home run play every single time. Right here, it was kind of cover 2, so I was able to hit Emmanuel Sanders in the seam right there. And then your last read is you've got C.J. Anderson on the check down curl route out the backfield. And then the play action audible is PA deep in. I don't really run this play very much. I think there are other plays that are better than this one, so I just elect to run those. I think this is a fine play though if you choose to run it. You've got a post from the tight end, seam route, deep in by the far left receiver, Demaryius Thomas. So you can come up with some creative stuff out of that. So some of the other plays out of the formation, just to kind of wrap up the run game, I showed you guys the power and the dive, but I'll go ahead and show you guys the counter. It's another very effective run play out of pistol this year. Just kind of get upfield, follow your blocks, and that's what happens more times than not. You can literally just, if you start a new account on Xbox Live and run nothing but halfback counter and strong power out of pistol, just run Denver Playbook and just run those 2 plays, you could probably get to about 10, 15, and 0 and just kind of skyrocket up the leaderboards just by running these 2 plays. It's just new players who don't really know what they're doing will have absolutely zero shot at stopping it. So you really need to know what you're doing and have some type of actual run D to stop these plays. So anybody who just kind of asks Madden or plays casually and doesn't take it seriously, if you play with your friends, you can just literally just run these 2 plays all game. They might hate you after the game, they probably will, but I mean, they'll end up losing by probably 50 points. So they can hate on you, but in the end, you're the winner. So the pass game out of this formation, now that the 3-headed rushing attack is taken care of, the pass game out of this formation, there's quite a few plays, or there's probably about 3 or 4 plays that I like to run passing wise out of here. You've got the slip screen, which I mean, don't really need to go over it. Just run it like any other screen. I don't even make any adjustments. A good play to complement. Since there's a lot of receivers to the left, people have a tendency to move everybody over there or to pay more attention over there, and so you can hit them with the backside screen, especially if they're not base aligning and there's nobody. There's no corner on the right side. That means there's less defenders on the right side that you have to worry about. You can go ahead and pop them with the screen right there. Didn't get a block, but nonetheless very effective. Slip screens are very, very good this year, and it's a very situational kind of play, but very good at what it does. So other pass plays, the bubble screen I do not run. I would much rather the wide receiver screen. The bubble screen, he catches the ball about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, which I don't like at all, and it kind of takes a while to get going. Whereas this screen, you can really throw it quickly. The blockers get out there pretty quickly. I like running this if they're putting a lot of people inside to stop the run, or if they're base aligning and they don't have defenders over all the receivers on the left. Like in this case, the corner that's kind of sitting out there outside of Julius Thomas all alone. If he was over, like above Emmanuel Sanders or something, you'd kind of be reluctant to run the screen. But in this case, since he's over there, he's not going to be doing anything. You have an extra blocker, so you can go ahead and run this. Get some blocks, try to get upfield. Sometimes you'll get a janky animation like that. Pretty much the best thing that I've found is to pass lead it down. That's kind of the most consistent way to not get a terrible animation in my experience, although sometimes you still will get kind of poor animations. Like right there, I was able to kind of get upfield. Demaryius Thomas is really quick, so thankfully I was able to get upfield right there quickly. Right here, I probably wouldn't recommend running it. You can still try it. I mean, yeah. So really, it's just a very situational play call that you want to call if your opponent's putting a lot of people inside the box to stop the run, or if they're base aligning all the time, and so by base aligning, they're not covering up all your receivers on the left side. Right there, they had all the receivers covered. You only want to run it really when they only have 2 defenders covering your 3 receivers. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So other pass plays. So that's kind of the screen right, screen left. Something quick hitters that can keep your opponent off guard, that can actually go for touchdowns at pretty much any point of the field if your opponent's not in the correct defense to defend it. So actual passing plays that I like to run. The inside smash, I like this play a lot. What I'll do is I'll put Sanders on an in route and pretty much just read. You always want to read the flat first, so Demaryius Thomas on the hitch route, always look for him first. If he's open, go ahead and throw it. If not, you want to read the in route and the corner route, so the in route by Sanders. A lot of times if someone's in the flat, like someone flies out to the flat, you'll be able to hit Sanders inside. And then if Sanders isn't open for whatever reason, and Thomas is occupying the flat zone defender, sometimes Welker will be able to get behind him and you'll be able to hit him. Your final read is Julius Thomas on the corner post over the middle of the field. It's a good final read because it kind of takes a long time to develop, and by the time you make your other reads, it'll kind of be developed and it'll be going over the middle of the field. It's also a good route to hit against man-to-man. It'll beat man a lot of times. And you've got C.J. Anderson in the right flat as like a final check down kind of play. So right there, I probably should have hit the flat zone. I thought I should have hit Demaryius Thomas in the flat. I thought that defender was going to run out there and guard it, but he didn't. So right there, Emmanuel Sanders on the in route. A lot of times I find myself hitting Emmanuel Sanders on this play. Just kind of how it works out. It ends up working out pretty well for him to get open. Right there, if you have a good route runner like Wes Welker against man-to-man, the corner route will get open a lot of times. Right there, man-to-man, in route, get inside positioning, try to get upfield with the speedy Sanders. It's just a very good, it's a very balanced play. It's not like one of those OP money plays with like a money route or something, but it's a play that you can hit any route at any given moment pretty much, just based off what the defense is giving you, so it makes it tough to defend. So I'll run it again right here, right there. That was supposed to be to Emmanuel Sanders. Peyton Manning overthrew that ball by about 20 yards. But yeah, he was wide open. So yeah, that's kind of like the base, not base pass play, but that's something that I'm really comfortable running at pretty much any down and distance because of the amount of reads on it, and you can pretty much hit whatever you want. And the other passing play that I really like out of this formation is the PA counter waggle. And it's play action off of the counter action, so if you've been running counter a lot, it's a good play to mix in. Pretty much the only adjustment I like to make is I will fade Demaryius Thomas for that one-on-one user catch option, and pretty much your reads are going to be Welker, Sanders, peek at the one-on-one with Demaryius Thomas on the left. If it's there and you're confident, go ahead and throw it, and then you've got the check down in the flat to Julius Thomas. And what will happen a lot of times, Julius Thomas will release and bring the flat defender out with him, and so you'll be able to hit Wes Welker once he crosses the middle of the field. There will be a vacant area since the flat defender will be at the sideline with Julius. So it really, those two routes complement each other really well. I'll go ahead and run this for you guys. Right there, Peyton Manning overthrew Emmanuel Sanders, but you guys could see he was wide open. Been getting a lot of overthrows from Peyton, which is odd in my opinion. Like again, right there. Okay. I felt like Emmanuel Sanders was open again, but Peyton had other plans. So I'll try to get a completion for you guys here. Right there, he still kind of overthrew it. Emmanuel Sanders dropped it. I don't know what the deal with Peyton Manning is right now. But, so you see the one-on-one. Demaryius Thomas. Peyton kind of threw a duck. Okay, I'm just going to... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to, like, check down. Okay, so flat was open. Go ahead and check down. I lost, like, 2 yards right there because Peyton made a pretty awful throw. I have no clue what's going on right now. Finally, he makes a good throw, and see, we were able to get about 20 yards. So pretty much you just want to read the crossing routes and the one-on-one on the left side. Right there, another good throw. Okay, so we're making progress. So we've got about 25 yards there. So just make reads. Don't be stupid. Don't get this play kind of has a high tendency to get lurked by a good user. They might like run down onto Welker's crossing route, so you'll think Sanders is open, but at the last second they'll sink back to Sanders and try to mind game you into throwing it so that they can pick it off, or they'll do vice versa. They'll kind of guard Sanders at first and then run down onto Welker. So just be careful not to get it lurked, and you should be fine right there. And as long as your star quarterback isn't making terrible throws, you should be fine. So I'll go ahead and run it one more time for you guys. Right there, he makes a good throw. Okay, we'll end it on that note. So I think that's about it out of this formation, guys. You've got the great running game with the counter, the strong power, and the dive. And then you've got the very balanced passing game. You've got the screen to the left, the screen to the right. You've got the nice inside smash, which is a play that you can pretty much run at any time. You've got a lot of different reads, a lot of different route combinations that attack a lot of different areas of the field. And then you've got the PA counter waggle, which is off of the counter action, so it's good if you've already established the counter. You've got good crossing routes over the middle, and a lot of times you're able to isolate your big receiving threat one-on-one on the outside for a user catch option. So I really like that play. So I hope this was able to help you guys out. If you run the Broncos playbook, you probably run a lot of other pistol stuff, so you can go ahead and check this out. If you don't run the Broncos playbook and you run customs, you can go ahead and throw this in your custom if you liked it. I think there's only like one other playbook that has something similar to this, like pistol trips. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They actually have pistol trio. So if you run the Chiefs playbook, you can go ahead and probably take some concepts out of this formation and run it in that formation as well. Pretty much the only difference is instead of the far left receiver being on the line of scrimmage, he steps off the line of scrimmage, and the middle receiver steps on the line of scrimmage. So I'm pretty sure that's the only difference. So they might have some of the same plays. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while, but if you're on the Chiefs playbook, these concepts can carry over as well. These concepts can also carry over to a lot of shotgun formations. Obviously not the running game, but the passing game can definitely carry over if they have some similar route combinations. So I hope this is able to help you guys out. And until next time, guys, best of luck online.